The game is changing. My job is to ensure the stability of UBA.
While preparing for the second season and, working with so many anchors, meeting so many anchors, including Diane Sawyer, did you pick up any morning rituals?
Yes, absolutely. First season, definitely, in terms of more personal character stuff. I mean, everybody had a different kind of take on what their morning was like. There was one friend of ours who helped. She always took a bath first thing in the morning, and she would listen. She had her stack of papers and the news, and she would and my thought was, if I took a bath at the first thing in the morning, I'd just go sound to sleep. I think you know who that is, Reese. And then there are the others that would just get up and go for a run right to work and, be sweaty and sort of do a quick wash at the studio, and then have a combination of all sorts of ungodly things together in one drink.
Yeah, who was that was telling us it was like Red Bull and coffee together?
Diane.
Is that Diane?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I have a lot of respect for women in journalism, and just what they're trying to navigate behind the scenes, which is what we tried to do with our show, is to say, like, not only does women have incredible pressure in their lives, but they're not always treated fairly at work. So, I'm really proud of this first season. And the second season is just more of that real digging underneath what it means to make a very big, important television show.
And talking about making a morning show, like with Alex and Mitch, and like even in our lives previously, like morning show broadcasters, like anchors, they were like, parents to the audience.
Yeah.
But now it feels like everything is changing, and people kind of like afraid to have like to be a fan of someone or to idolize someone. How is it like affecting the whole kind of process of creating the shows, the news, everything?
Well, that our show this second season kind of tackles that too. The speed at which the world is out there with their knives, sharpened and ready to just cancel somebody, drop of a hat. And depending on the size of the offense, obviously, sometimes that's it. And then, sometimes it's a really touchy situation, unfortunately, because, things from 20 years ago are getting dug up and being held in people's faces when it was a completely different generation and things were not where they are politically, publicly, topically.
Time and grace for people, I think. I think that's really well said, Jen. Like that this season has a lot to do with cancel culture and how quick we are to judge and how fast culture is moving right now.
You can't keep up.
Like people can barely keep up with the things that are being said or how they're processing. So I love the way that our show addresses it. It's really very balanced. You see all sides of it. It definitely brings a lot of humanity to it.
People who are getting canceled, they don't always know why they're getting canceled. Do you think because of COVID, many people had a chance to like kind of raise their self-awareness? Do you think this kind of changed, or people who are getting canceled still sometimes don't understand why?
That's a great question. I think it's certainly a dangerous time. If you don't know why you're being canceled, it's crazy to think that, hold on a second, how did this person become offended by something that I never intended in any way to offend? And if so, even if they are offended, why are they suddenly launching a campaign to destroy me? Not even to educate me or enlighten me in some way, but to just take me down. And it's a really dangerous time and that's what I love about the show. Season 2 focuses on that, not just with my character, but other characters, the dangers they fear when things might come out in the press about them, of being canceled. It's a number of characters that go through that. And I love how topical the show is that way. They handled, Carrie Aaron, our writer, handled Me Too in such an amazing way in the first season. And this year it is a lot about cancel culture and the power that people wield behind a keyboard with no ramifications to themselves. So they're able to sort of wield this power and generate this horrible campaign to destroy people. And whether the person is guilty or innocent of whatever they claim they may, have done or said, it doesn't matter, because that person, there's no ramifications to the person launching the campaign. And that's why it's a dangerous time that we're living in. And that's what I love about the show, is that it's not afraid to tackle things that might get writers canceled. Cancel culture.
We all didn't know what to feel about Corey. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? how his perception will change in the second season, what we will see.
His primary characteristics in attempting to gain power was to keep people around him guessing. So the question becomes, what happens when he gets power? And how will he utilize that power as a way of demonstrating his own personal moral ethic or belief system? And the second season starts to explore that. Who he wants to empower, who he wants to disempower, what relationships need finessing, and additionally, what components actually go into giving somebody power. So we may think that Corey's ascension or rise is due to his ambition and his capability, but I think we'll discover that there are a lot of other things that go into holding a seat of power.
Where I came in was as an actor who dealt with all of the who saw all of the social unrest and all of the challenges that were presented during COVID pandemic. What I decided to do was to actually really engage more and to involve myself more in conversations around race and my character, to lend myself over to the imagination of the writers and the producers to tell an authentic and nuanced story about what it looks like to be an African-American woman working in a place like the morning show who has been given this executive producer job. So it was probably some of the most personal work I've done.
In season 2, my character, Eric Namani, joins the morning show. He's a young, charismatic, diverse talent that comes into UBA and the morning show team to shake things up and climb the ranks at the morning show. And one of the first scenes that we have and that opens the show is a song and dance number between me and Reese Witherspoon, Bradley Jackson. And yeah, the way I got the role was, it was my sister's wedding. She was getting married in Sacramento. And I got a call from my agent. Hey, I think you'd be great at this. You've been a fake news anchor for the past 7 years of your life. I don't think you really have to act. I think they'll probably give you this role, but you have to do this song and dance number. Do you sing and do you dance? And I go, I do not sing and I do not dance, but I've seen morning shows before. I've seen the way morning anchors are not good at singing and they're not good at dancing. So what I did was, we were in the house, we were getting ready to go to the reception. And I sat down with my mom and I had her play Reese Witherspoon's role. And we played Baby It's Cold Outside. And me and my Indian mother sang Baby It's Cold Outside. And we did the sides together. And I think everybody at the show thought that was endearing and cute. And I got the role and here we are.
This is a battle for the soul of the universe.